Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of grade 8. Welcome to the English class. It's your week 2 and we are just moving ahead towards the exercise of unit 2. In today's lecture, you will learn that what are the kinds of noun and how do we use them, where do we use them. So we are just going to read about the noun and kinds of noun. Before moving towards the kinds of noun, you all must know the concept of noun. Noun is basically naming word. It names thing, it names person, it names people, it names everything. Even our feelings are named by the noun. So it is the name of the person, place, thing, ideas and feelings. Everything is named by a particular name and that name is known as the noun. So our today's topic is kinds of noun. How many kinds of noun are there? There are 6 kinds of the noun that we are going to discuss in today's lecture. Common noun is there, proper noun is there, countable noun, uncountable noun, collective and abstract noun is there. So I will discuss all these kinds of the nouns one by one. You will have to listen to me very carefully, attentively, because later on at the end I am having an exercise for you. You will have to solve that exercise out with the help of this lecture. First, starting with the common noun. What is common noun? Common noun is the name of a journal, a common person, place or thing. It is also the naming word. It is also the name of the person, place or thing. But a common noun. What is common? What is journal? Actually, it is the name of that particular person, place or thing that shares the common qualities with its own type, with a species of its own type. For example, girl. All the girls in the world are called as the girls. Why? Because they share the same qualities, because of which they are put into the same gender of girl. That's why they are called as a girl. But instead of girl, if I call someone by her own name, her own identity, she will not be a common girl. Common girl is the common because all the girls are sharing the same attributes, the same qualities, because of which they are called as the girls. Books, all the books are same. All the books are used for the reading purposes, but they all are the common. But when we talk about some specific book, it will not be a common book. When we talk about generally, commonly, when we talk about a book for the reading purpose, then that would be a common noun, common book. Mosque, all the mosques in the world are the worship places. When we talk about a mosque, then it means that it is a place for the worship, so it is a common. But when I give it a particular name, it will no more be a common noun. Now let's move towards the proper noun with the same examples. Proper noun is the name of a specific person, specific place and specific thing that has its own identity, its own proper identification. It's no more proper. A girl is no more common when we call her as Sarah. Sarah is a proper noun. Why? Because Sarah is a girl who has her own identity, who has her own specific particular attributes, characteristics. Because she does not share those specific characteristics with all the other girls. She is different in this aspect. She is proper in this aspect, and we always start the proper noun with the capital letter. Same is the case with the Peter Rabbit storybook. When we call it a book, it is a common, but when we call it by its name, it has its own specific identity, specific purpose, specific features, specific characteristics, so it will no more be a common noun, it will be a proper noun. So Peter Rabbit storybook is a proper noun, not a common noun. The next is no doubt all the mosques are same as they are the places for worship. When we talk about the Faisal Mosque that is there in the Islamabad, it is no more common. Now it becomes proper because it has its own attributes, its own specific identity, its own proper characteristics. So Faisal Mosque is a proper name, it is proper identity, it is only one in the whole world. There is no other Faisal Mosque. If there is, that would have been its own identities. So This is the difference between the common noun and proper noun. So the next type of the noun is a countable noun. Countable noun is a noun in which we can count the things by using the numbers. They are the countable. They can be counted by the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dozen. So they are common. For example, one dog, two dogs. They can be counted by the number 1 and 2. One book, four books. They can be counted. One apple, two apples. These apples can be counted. So they all are the countable nouns. Uncountable nouns. Uncountable noun is the noun in which we cannot count the things. For example, raining. We cannot count the showers of the rain. We can count the drops of the water, but we cannot count the rain because it is uncountable. It cannot be counted. The next thing is tea. The cups of the teas can be counted, but tea itself cannot be counted. It is material. We cannot count the material. We can count the number of the things. So tea cannot be counted. We cannot number tea, 1 tea, 2 tea. No, one cup of the tea. Cups can be counted, but tea cannot be counted. Same is the case with the water. Water is also something that is uncountable. We cannot count it. Why? We can count the glass of the water, but we cannot count water. How can we count water? 1 water, 2 water. It seems ridiculous. So we cannot count water. The waters of the glass of the waters. Glass of the water can be counted. The next topic is concrete noun. Concrete noun is a noun that we can see, that we can hear, we can touch, we can smell. For example, apple. We can see it, we can touch it, we can smell it. Book. We can touch it, we can see it with the naked eyes. Flower. Flower is actually the thing that can be touched, that can be smelled, that can be smelled, and that can be even seen. So these all are the concrete nouns. Abstract noun, it is a noun that we cannot see, that we cannot hear, we cannot taste, we cannot use our 5 senses to feel abstract nouns. For example, justice, we cannot see it. Justice doesn't have any shape. Hatred does not have any shape. Kindness, these things cannot be seen. Abstract nouns actually cannot be perceived by using 5 senses. Means we cannot see it, we cannot hear, we cannot touch, we cannot listen, we cannot smell it. For example, childhood, bravery, anger, and all these things cannot be touched, cannot be seen. For example, here are some more. Bravery is here, favorite is here, anger is here, childhood is here, friendship is here, greed, unhappiness. All these are the abstract nouns because you cannot see, you cannot touch, hear, or smell them. The next topic is collective noun. What is collective noun? Collective noun is actually another kind of the noun. It is also a naming word, but it is the name given to a group of things. When there are large number of people, large number of things, or 2 or more than 2 number of people, things, or animals, then we collectively give them a name. For example, in the picture you can see there are 5 keys. So it is a bunch of keys. We cannot say that 5 keys. We have a particular collective noun. This is a particular collective noun and we have a name. The bunch is used for those keys. The next is a crowd of spectators. You can look how there are lots of people who are watching something, who are spectating something. So we have a particular name for those large number of the people, and that is crowd. It is a collective noun, a crowd of spectators. If there are large number of the students in the class or more than two or more than 2 students in the class, pupils in the class, we will call it as a class of the pupils. So same is the case with the sheep. Flock of sheep is there. If there are large number of the sheep, it would be flock of sheep. Army of ants. If there are large number of ants, it will be the army of ants. Same is the case with the group of islands and galaxy of the stars. If there are large number of the stars, we will call them as a galaxy of stars. So now it's your task. It's all about the types of nouns. You have gone through everything. Now you will have to actually point out the nouns in the following sentences and tell whether they are common, proper, collective, or abstract. The book was laying on the table. There are 2 nouns actually in this sentence, book and table. And if we look at them, book is actually a common noun, and table is actually countable noun. We cannot live without water. Water is the only noun in this sentence, and water, we cannot count water, so it is uncountable noun. He gave me a bunch of grapes. Bunch of grapes, I have recently told you about the collective nouns, means there are more than one or two grapes. There are a large number of the grapes. So for that we use a particular collective noun, that is a bunch of grapes. The jury has given its verdict. Jury is the group of judges and verdict is actually decision. So jury is collective noun, as there is a group of judges who is known as jury, and verdict is decision. So we cannot see or touch decision, so it is abstract noun. Smoking is injurious to health. Smoking is injurious to health. Here is actually smoking, and we cannot count smoke, so it is uncountable noun. And health, we cannot see it, so it is abstract noun. Now in the next question, question number B, you will have to decide whether the nouns in the bold are countable or uncountable. My father drinks 2 big glasses of water every morning. So of course these glasses can be counted, so they are countable. The bread my brother prepares is delicious. Loaves of the bread can be counted, but bread itself cannot be counted, so it is uncountable. Drivers must be careful. Drivers, the names of the person. We can count 2 drivers, 3 drivers, 4 drivers. Some policemen are organizing road traffic to avoid any accident. Policemen, 1 policeman, 2 policemen, 3. We can count them. They are countable. I bought 3 bottles of mineral water for our picnic. Water, it is uncountable. We can count the bottles, but we cannot count the water. So it is uncountable. This is all about our grammars lecture. We have discussed kinds of noun, and after that you will have to point them out, and then you will have to fill those blanks either on your book, or if you want to do it on your notebook. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.